Niacinamide also claims to reduce the size of your pores. Please let me tell you that any product that claims to reduce the size of your pores is lying to you.
I'm sick of daydreaming. I just want the feeling of you in my bed.
I have my tea. I have my notes. And let's get started. This is a part of a larger skincare series that I thought I'd start on my channel, where I talk about particular skincare products that are it in the market right now, and I talk about their uses, their side effects, and what you can expect from them, how you can use them, and how you can layer them on your skin. This video is based upon my research only. I am not a certified skinologist or anything like that, so this is completely my research. I do not claim that I have done any experiments or things like that with these ingredients, and I haven't even used them on my skin. So this information is based entirely upon what I've read about them, what I've heard about them, and just my research basically. And I am going to talk about one ingredient every, let's not commit, but I'm going to talk about one ingredient in a video, and let's see if I can make it into a series or if this is going to be just one video. We'll find out. Niacinamide is also called nicotinamide. This vitamin is essential for our skin to perform certain basic functions, that is repair damage, propagate, and function normally. And this ingredient, although it does not have a lot of research, but has become one of the most talked about ingredient in the beauty industry, dermatology industry, whatever as you may call it. And today we're gonna look at what you can expect from niacinamide if you apply it on your skin, and why you should watch this video. Let's talk about why you need to watch this video. So whenever we apply something on our skins, it is generally absorbed into our bloodstream. Say some studies suggest that whatever we apply on our face is absorbed into our bloodstream within 26 seconds, because our facial skin is far more permeable than any other body part. And secondly, our underarms and our genitals have 100% absorbency rate, which means that anything you apply there will get inside your body very quickly, and the entire product will get inside that. Secondly, it's also advised you not use vaginal washes and things like that, because all that perfume gets absorbed. And it's the products that we use claim to have aloe vera and everything, but they're generally loaded with carcinogenic ingredients. And aloe vera is like just one ingredient at the last of the list, so it's not even the main active that's present there. It's not like some lady is cutting aloe vera, because ladies belong in the kitchen, right? So some lady is cutting aloe vera and putting it in a bottle of your lotion, like, you know, Tanya will use it and have a glowing skin. If you flip the bottle and you check, the first 7 to 10 ingredients are the ones that actually matter, because your product is exactly that. After that is just little. So if aloe vera is mentioned, say, on the last or second last item as on the list, it's not there, honey. It's just not there. Now let's talk about what this product claims to do and what you can expect out of it. It claims to hydrate your skin, improve the overall texture of your skin, improve the look of acne scars, and it is good for sebum production, oil production, in the sense that it controls excess oil production. So which makes it good for dry skin people, since it hydrates the skin, and it makes it good for an oily skin person because it controls excess sebum production. Niacinamide, when applied topically, absorbs into your skin and allows your cells to function at an optimum level, which means that it helps them proliferate, it helps them hydrate themselves, and it helps improve the overall texture of your skin. Many of the essential reactions that go on under the layers of our skin need niacinamide to function properly. So you can just imagine that when you apply it on your skin, it goes inside and gives your cells a high five that I'm here and now we can, you know, both work together and give this person the best skin in the world. That can happen for you. But what cannot happen for you is it will not cure your acne. So suppose if you're washing your face and putting on niacinamide thinking that it will cure your acne, that is most likely not supposed to happen, and you need to check your expectations, like with many other things in your life, I think.
How dare you? How dare you?
Niacinamide also claims to reduce the size of your pores. Please let me tell you that any product that claims to reduce the size of your pores is lying to you. Any product that claims to reduce the size of your pores is lying to you. What a product can mostly do is improve the look of your pores. Basically, if your pores are dry, they look very out there, like they're asking for water, like and your pores will look dry, and that will make your pores stand out, like they will be visible from a distance. That's it. And if you use a hydrating product like this one, your pores might just settle down, like okay, now we're quenched, and you might not be able to see them from a distance, and you'd think that, oh, my pores have vanished. But seriously, hoping that you could vanish your pores is like hoping you could get rid of your mouth so that you don't have to drink water ever. I'm not even going to talk about how absurd that is. It is a water soluble vitamin and it will absorb very easily into your skin. The moment you apply it, it will just disappear from the surface of your skin. It won't stick, it won't stay, and it won't be sticky or thick. It probably won't have any fragrance also, unless there's some added to it, which you should completely avoid, because fragrance on your skin, especially in essences and serums, will stick on your skin and stay on your skin, say for the night time when you apply it until you wash it in the morning, and that can be very harsh on your skin. So basically, niacinamide has healing properties for your skin. It repairs your damaged skin barrier. Suppose if you're breaking out because your skin barrier is damaged, niacinamide will help your skin repair that. It prevents water evaporation from the skin, that is, it prevents transepidermal water loss. Having said that, it is very essential, not essential, like nothing is essential, but you can use it if you want to use it. It is good for people who are getting older, which I know it's not you, because if I've checked my YouTube stats and you're probably 18 to 24 years old and you probably don't need it for the wrinkles on your skin. But if you want to buy this for somebody who is getting old and wants to improve the look and texture of their skins, this is a great product, because this will help the cells to retain water and enhance the overall glow in your skin. It is good for people with rosacea, eczema, and extreme dryness, which they cannot seem to do anything about. This is a very stable product. It is water soluble, so it will just sit there and I'm gonna do my job. You can put me anywhere in your skincare routine and I will do my job properly. So you can layer it at any point in your skincare routine. You can layer it with almost anything except vitamin C, because it does not do well with vitamin C. So I'd say you put niacinamide in the morning and vitamin C at night, or however that works for you. And with AHAs and BHAs, it neutralizes their effects, so they might not be able to work as they should, because niacinamide has the pH of your skin, which is kind of neutral but slightly acidic. AHAs and BHAs are highly acidic and they want to peel your skin off, and niacinamide wants to hold your skin together. So I don't know how that's going to function. Niacinamide works best with retinol, because retinol is a very drying ingredient. It will, the main purpose of retinol is to dry your skin out, and the main purpose of niacinamide is to hydrate your skin. So if applied with retinol, it will help you get through a lot of the side effects that ingredient has for your skin, and it will help you combat your acne and dryness. You can use it at any time of the day. You can use it during the day, you can use it in your nighttime skincare routine, and most people have reported not to have seen any irritation when they use this product, but some people have also said that this product gave them redness and irritation. So I highly suggest that you do a patch test before you put it on your face, put it on the inside of your arm. I sometimes feel bad about the inside of my arm, like why do we have to patch test here? Like, it's okay, but you can put it on the inside of your arm and see if it irritates your skin and how nicely you're able to take it. I'd suggest you start from a 5% concentration, which is generally not available in India, and then go on to 10. But if you have only 10% concentration available, which is in the Ordinary and the Dermaco, then you can start applying it like once every 2 days or alternate day or something like that, and then increase the frequency as you go. And if it's actually doing something for your skin, because there's no point putting on products that aren't helping you in any way. Like, steer clear of fragrances as much as you can. If you find fragrance mentioned in the top 10 ingredients, please don't buy that product because it has a lot of fragrance and you do not need, just so that the product can smell good, you do not have to put it all inside your skin. You know, हम तो लगाते हुए ऐसे भी नहीं करते, literally we. And if you go out in India, the sun washes away all your khushboo within 5 seconds, so what's the point of putting all that zehar on your skin? There are also some research that suggests that our skin is a pretty strong and it does not let anything inside, but the researches that suggest that everything where we apply on our skin goes inside are much more than the ones that suggest that our skin can prevent things from entering into our body. Secondly, it does help some things stay out of our skin, but then the skincare products are so directed towards the problem that they started using nanoparticles, and the entire purpose of nanoparticles is to go through the barrier of our skin into our skin so that they can work on the problem. But then when they go into our skin, they also go into our bloodstream and they are also causing problems that we do not need. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was informative. Let me know if there's another ingredient that you want me to talk about, or if you want me to continue this series, which I might if I feel like, but still tell me if you like it, and if there's anything that you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments. And I hope you liked today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.